Welcome back everybody to the Cirque Show 24/7. This is season 2, episode 4 of The Flash, entitled The Fury of the Firestorm. So let's get right into it. In this episode, Professor Stein, he basically needs a donor, another mate to kind of fuse with him because he's dying. The Firestorm power is too unstable for him to use on his own, and he needs somebody to fuse with him. So Barry and the whole Flash crew, they kind of figure out 2 candidates for this process. And that's basically where our story kind of takes place. Now, I really like this episode because it introduced, a brand new Firestorm since Ronnie is gone. And I like Ronnie, but he's gone, so we got to find somebody new. And I think he's the new guy is basically the new Firestorm for Legends of Tomorrow. And if I'm not mistaken, the first time I've ever seen this guy do anything, he was in Attack the Block with John Boyega, the guy who's playing Finn in Star Wars. He was like John Boyega's friend in that movie Attack the Block, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's British. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's British. Or he put on a pretty damn good British accent in that movie. But that was the first time I ever seen him, and I really liked him in that movie. So I was super excited for him to be in this movie, if that's the same guy I'm talking about, which I'm pretty sure it is. But I digress. So yeah, I was pretty excited to see this guy in action, and having his whole little backstory at first of him being this star athlete. Then the whole accelerator thing happens. He gets affected by it, and that kind of ruins his life. He messes up his legs and stuff, his knees and stuff. He doesn't go to school because he's like one of those kids I had a dream, I was good at it, I can't do that anymore, so I don't really know what to do in my life. So he's kind of still beating himself up about it, and he's very skeptical at first when he gets brought to the opportunity to kind of help and do better and be a hero. So I like that, because sometimes people are like that. Everybody doesn't want to be a hero, and sometimes people won't even believe it. So when you get the opportunity, people are like, no, I don't want to be a hero. I just want to live my normal life. And that was very relatable, because some people don't want to just be a hero, or some people don't want to be a hero at all. They just want to live their normal life. So I like the fact that it was a progression for him to, join the team and be willing to, help out Professor Stein. The other guy, he wasn't really a match. He was very very adamant about actually joining with Professor Stein. He was very willing to do it, and when it didn't happen, he was very pissy about it, and that's where he took out his little revenge, because it kind of accelerated his powers himself. So he was kind of like his own version of a Firestorm without actually having a mate for it. So he was like the villain of the week. He was very underdeveloped. I didn't really care too much for him, but it made for a good fight scene. The CGI looked really cool. But yeah, that's totally it for the main storyline. The stuff I really want to talk about is the stuff with Iris's mom and Joe, and that whole family thing, because we do find out that the reason why Iris's mom came back and wanted to connect with Iris because she's dying, and she wants to kind of get to know her daughter. But we also find out another very important thing, that Iris's mom has another child. Right before she kind of left, right after she left Joe, she had another child. It's a son. We don't know if it's Joe's son or not. I'm pretty sure it's Joe's son. He can actually be Wally, and could make sense, because I don't know if they're doing Wally as Iris's cousin or anything, or he could just be related to Iris as just brothers. They could be brother and sister. So that's going to be really interesting, because I feel like what's going to happen is the mom is going to die, and then the son's gonna come back and say, yo, I'm your son, mom's dead, I need you to take care of me, or whatever, something like that. I think that's gonna happen, and I think that kid is gonna be Wally West. So that's my whole theory on that. So, but I was super excited when she said that, oh, you have a son, It could be Joe's. We don't know. So I'm thinking it's Wally. Let's see what happens. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It was really cool. We got a little bit more of Barry and I can't think of her name right now, but the other girl who's like really in love with Barry. They're kind of connecting right now. And you know, Barry is at that moment where he's kind of realizing like, okay, my first love. And I really like this scene too, because he's basically like, yo, my first love was Iris, and I can never really love anyone as much as you love your first love. And that's very, very true. But he's got to kind of learn to move on. So I feel like he's trying to give that girl a chance, and you know, just kind of move on with his life so he can be happy, even if it's not with Iris, because we already know it's going to be with Iris one day. But for right now, he needs to kind of move on. So I like the fact that he is willing to kind of move on and just explore his horizons. So that's good for you, Barry. What else? Dude, we got King Shark. What this show is just ridiculous. We have King Shark. They just don't care. They're throwing out all the cool haymakers. So I really like that moment. Harrison Wells, he's back. It seems like he's like the Harrison Wells Earth 2 version. So I'm super excited to see how that's going to all connect next week. Hopefully we get King Shark back, because we got just like a little glimpse of him, and then he kind of got blasted, and then he was like over. So hopefully he just got knocked out and he kind of escaped or something. I don't know, but hopefully we get to see more of King Shark, because that did look really, really cool. But yeah, he kind of reminded me of the kind of like one of the Street Sharks, if you remember that cartoon. That's what it kind of reminded me of, so I was super jacked about that. But yeah, what did you guys think about this episode? Did you like the new inclusion of the brand new Firestorm? Are you still, do you wish you had Ronnie back, or you think he's going to do okay as the new Firestorm? So please comment below, let me know. And as always, this is the Shirk Show, 24/7. Be easy.